Hey guys, we're back with another ban list video. So for the April 30th uh, ban list here, well that's when this will be updated, I guess, so I'll call it April 30th though. So this is just, I already looked at the ban list and it's just, really? So one of Instant Fusion will no longer be one of, it will be zero of Instant Fusion now. Instant Fusion will be banned. King of the Swamp will be limited. Foolish Burial Goods will also be limited. And this just overall sucks for, like, a lot of reasons. So starting off, Instant Fusion is basically only being banned because of Kit Kalos, and no other reason. And this just sucks, honestly. It's no other way to put it. Come on, man. Really? Like, should we ban one of Perlarino then? Like, what? Well, yeah. And then King of the Swamp being limited to one. There are decks that can utilize King of the Swamp aside from just, like, well, just tier, but I don't know if you would consider it degenerate or not. Being limited to one King of the Swamp makes it much harder to utilize King of the Swamp, like, at all. And when you're running one copy of King of the Swamp and one copy of Polymerization, you're basically running equal copies of both cards, so you're as equally likely to draw or mill King of the Swamp as Polymerization. So whenever you mill Polymerization now, if you're running it with alongside King of the Swamp, then you know it could have been King of the Swamp, or when you mill King of the Swamp, it could have been Polymerization. You know? So that sucks a bit. And Foolish Burial Goods is the most suckish one. There are actually strategies that utilize Foolish Burial Goods for whatever reason. Like, I think Umi Control is one of them, I think. But, like, because of the fact that the turtle is also a, like, well, let me explain the whole thing. So, tier elements, they use Foolish Burial Goods to search their field spell. So they have two different ways to kind of do that. But that's not necessarily their only option. So you can Foolish Burial Goods the what's it called? Crystal Beast. You can use one of their traps, and then they have a once per duel effect to add a Crystal Beast and a field spell. So you use that to add Perlarino and the turtle. So then your other option is to, for example, like, let's say you actually have Perlarino, and you can actually just instead send Scream and add Solik, I believe. Or you can just send Solik to add a tier name to your hand. So Foolish Burial Goods actually just searches out a lot of things in tier, which is just how it works because you made it this way, Konami. But then, for example, like if when you're playing Fluffal, you'll probably Foolish Burial Goods like a copy of Toy Vendor. Or there's some other decks that do something similar to that. I don't recall all of them, like, on the spot, but this hurts all of those decks just straight up. And I think this actually hurts actual, like, Exchange of Spirit or Ishizu, because this could just send, like, Exchange of Spirit just straight up. So, awkward there as well. But you know what? You still have Curious at least, so if you can play Curious with your deck, you can send King of the Swamp or Foolish Burial Goods targets, I guess, which is not the best, but it's alright. And then cards to be semi-limited, we have Change of Heart, Sky Striker Ace Kagari, Thunder Dragon Hawk, Fire Formation Tiki, Supreme King Dragon Darkworm. Honestly, they could just unlimit, like, us, with the exception of maybe, like, a Colossus. In fact, maybe they could do Colossus. I don't know exactly why Colossus is at 1. Actually, wait, let me think about it. Colossus doesn't have a hard once per turn, so you can tribute Colossus. Special summon Colossus by tributing Colossus. Okay, maybe a Colossus has to stay at 1. But, like, every other Thunder Dragon, aside from, like, Colossus, should be fine, I think, right? So, they could honestly unlimit all of them. It wouldn't be an issue at all. Same with, like, all of the Orcus cards. And honestly, I don't, like, I just don't like playing against Zoo, personally, so I wouldn't want them to, like, unlimit, like, Rapier or whatever. That doesn't sound fun. Or like Zeus, for example. Full power Zoo is just bland, in my opinion. To play against a Master Duel format, would not want to play against that. But like, I don't know. This ban list just feels like a nothing burger. They didn't directly hit tier at all. And in turn, because they're not directly hitting tier, this affects anyone playing decks that use Instant Fusion, King of the Swamp, Foolish Burial of Goods, without even touching tier. They're already getting affected by the ban list, so that feels bad. And these semi-limits and limits being lifted for these cards, generally they don't matter. The only one that like matters in my opinion is probably Tanky, because that's probably the most relevant card. Change of Heart, I can't think of like a reason why you care about Change of Heart too much. Because Triple Tactic exists, like, are you playing Change of Heart over Triple Tactics? Probably not. But I mean, like, in a gimmick deck where you're using like Owner's Seal, you might use Change of Heart or something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Actually, no, you wouldn't. What would you use Change of Heart for? No idea. It's still not nearly as bad as getting hit by like a Snatch Steal anyway, so meh. Well, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. But like, if we were to ban some cards, or maybe add some cards to the ban list, I don't know. I think Merly should be banned straight up, because, well, actually it depends if we get Spright Sprind or not, because if we get Spright Sprind, yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to finish that thought. I mean, well, I guess some of you guys don't know what Spright Sprind does. Alright, I'll tell you. So, Spright Sprind just Foolish Burial, so basically sends for effect like a level 2 monster. Merly is a level 2 monster. So, that's not good. Because you just summon, you just send Merly, and then you can still at least end on Rukelos, which will not be fun. So, if you throw in a little bit of RNG to the mix, you can just add Solik off of Kikalis, so that'll be fine. And then you can go ahead and Solik negate your opponent's monster, and then that will send Kikalos to mill, and then if you mill like any tier name, that is Rukelos or Kaleido Heart. So that would not be fun to play against in my opinion. So if you just ban Merly, we don't have to deal with that at all. That is the only tier name that is level 2. So Sprind would not work anymore. And that actually does affect tier a lot. So the Sprite synergies are all just completely killed, like with Elf as well. And this also gives them one less name to work with. So they will only be able to fusion summon when they mill either a Havness or a Sharon. So I think that would be not completely bad as a ban. And Merly is only a normal card anyways, so whatever. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be a bit later today because I'm going to post like 2 videos today, I guess. So, bye.